right, hockey fans, it is about that time. Ladies and gentlemen, girls, boys, hockey fans of all ages and all genders, welcome to the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the Immaculate Heart Central Cavaliers. In tonight's game, we have the visiting team in the yellow sweaters, the Ontario Bay Storm, versus your home team in the white sweaters, your IHC Cavaliers. My heart is full tonight. I am the Dan-Dalin, all positive influence, and we ask that both teams show their team and school spirit, but please only exhibit enthusiasm that is supportive and positive for players, coaches, and officials. Let the players play, let the coaches coach, and let the officials officiate. Be loud, be proud, and most importantly, be respectful. Thank you in advance for making today's game awesome. Don't forget to buy as many 50-50 raffle tickets as you possibly can. It's the only way to win money. Now, let's begin with our starting lineup. Starting off with the visiting Ontario Bay Storm. On defense, number 4, Captain Connor LeDuc. Number 10, Carter Donnelly. On offense, number 8, James Law. On offense, number 15, Cameron Dallin. On offense, number 21, Caleb Ramis. And between the pipes, number 31, Aiden, the Eagle Terry. And now for your home team Cavaliers. Beginning on defense, number 7, Aiden Tripper. He could also play offense. Nobody really told me. On defense, number 10, Brady Van Brocklin. On offense, number 3, Paxton Rose. On offense, number 16, Dominic the Wiz Wisner. And on offense or defense, number 22, Carter Nethers. And between the pipes, it's number 1, Roarin Young. At this time, I would like to ask everyone who is able to please rise as we all stand together, united as one free country. Please remove your headgear, place your hand over your heart. Any active duty veteran or retired servicemen and servicewomen may salute as desired as we listen to the playing of our national anthem. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's play some hockey. All right, here we are in Watertown. We have the 11th place Ontario Bay versus the 8th place Watertown IHC. There's only 11 places. Um, I guess it's possible if Ontario Bay wins, they move up into 10th place. IHC, however, regardless if they win or lose, they're probably staying right where they are in 8th place. So whoever they play in sectionals, let's see, 8 plays 9, 11 plays 6. So Watertown and the CNY Fusion are probably going to be facing off against each other in the first round, and that'll be right here. There's the face-off, won by IHC. They send this puck down, stopped by Connor Leduc in his zone. He sends this back into the neutral zone. Aiden Trimper chasing after that puck, puts a move on, takes that down into the corner, centering pass, and it gets away. Drop back to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin passes over to Tripper. Tripper cutting over to the slot, taken away. Connor Leduc puts this over against the boards. Dominic Wisner sends this into the corner. Paxton Rose gets checked by Caleb Ramus. That puck is punched forward. That's a hand pass. Van Brocklin punched it forward, and then the Wiz touched it, and the officials calling for that to go all the way down by Roaring Young. I tell you, one of the fun things, I've been called both of these teams all season long. I haven't looked at my roster sheet yet. Stephen Wheeler taking that faceoff, pulls his puck over. Ethan Potter pushes this over to the faceoff circle, grabbed there by Tanner Bergenstock. Able to get that out into the neutral zone. Connor Leduc picks it up. Leduc trying to make a move forward. Loses that puck, but it goes to DeMott. DeMott can't keep it in, though. And this comes back out, picked up by Stephen Wheeler. Wheeler fires this across. Donnelly up forward for Connor DeMott. DeMott misses that puck. It's grabbed by Bergenstock. Nope, not Bergenstock. Excuse me. That was Aaron Hagelin. Here goes Wheeler into the O-zone. He's got all of his forwards with him. Puck coasts its way to Isaac Kuhn. Now it comes around near side. Van Brocklin sends that back into the corner for DeMott to go to work. Connor putting the moves on. Puck comes up high, grabbed by Cooper Esposito. Here comes Esposito through the neutral zone, crosses over the center line, and dumps that puck in so they can get a line change. Puck grab back by Corbin Willis. Willis in the corner, taken out by Isaac Kuhn. Swooping in, though, Noah Hoteling to grab that puck. Less than 15 and a half minutes to go, and Hoteling sends that down. Icing waved off. It got slowed down along the way by Killian McClendon. Esposito, nope, not Esposito. Excuse me, that is Alec Nitre. I just saw the three. There's a shot, save made, rebound picked up by Nate Juarez. Juarez from his trapezoid rips this up against the boards, held in at the point by Willis. He sends this back in to the near corner. Hoteling trying to pull this puck away. Maverick Lloyd grabs it, can't clear it. Stopped by Willis. Shot blocked in the slot by Killian McClendon. It comes out Nitrate over the center line, dumps it in. He's going to go for a change after his defensive offensive shift. Here comes Ramus, cuts his way back into the middle, fires this up, intended for Noah Verkstis. Verkstis got a piece of it, but he was on the wrong side of the center line, and that's an icing. He fired it over there because on his line is Ham, Law, and Dallin. He saw Law was on the ice. Verkstis had not gotten off yet for Dallin to come on, so he passed it to it. Want to be exiting Verkstis, not a thankfully I'm on the ice, Dallin. So end shift, first beginning of the shift. Sam Newton with this puck from the trapezoid up off the boards. Icing waved off, goes all the way down. Dallin racing after it. Roaring Young sends this around behind the net. Ramus stabs his stick at it and misses it. Puck goes all the way down the length of the ice. Carter Donnelly picks this up in the trapezoid, rips this around, held in and shot by the Wiz. Save made. Aiden the Eagle. Terry This puck popped up, held in by Nethers. Nethers fires this forward, taken away by Donnelly. Donnelly able to get this through the neutral zone, and this turned back by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin into the O zone, gets that shot on net, dished into the corner, picked up by Caleb Ramus. Ramus passes this up for Dalin. Dalin almost all alone on the side there, brings this into the middle, and that gets deflected into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. Cameron, I think, thought he was going to be able to sneak in all the way down on the left side. Isaac Kuhn, though, showed up and slowed that progress down. Face-off won by IHC. Sent around the boards by Killian McClendon. Comes back into the corner. Isaac Kuhn going after it with a nice butt check, and then he sits down on Stephen Wheeler. Hagelin back behind his net, turns that puck over, and Connor DeMott not able to take advantage. Here comes Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock in on the right side corner, centering pass, swept away by Carter Donnelly. Back off the sideboard, picked up by Wheeler. Wheeler fires it over for DeMott. Played in deep by Aaron Hagelin. And Corbin Willis has his feet swept away. Oh, and Connor DeMott misses that one-timer. Going into battle for it. Isaac Kuhn picks his puck up, gets it out into the neutral zone. Corbin Willis tries firing it back in. Stopped by Nate Juarez. Here comes Nathaniel. Dumps this puck in ahead of him. Chases after it. Connor LeDuc gets that puck, sends it over to the corner. Alec Nitre there for IHC. Nitre back to the point for McClendon. McClendon fires that, deflected away. Connor DeMott can't catch up to that. Can't get that out anyway. Comes back to Connor LeDuc. LeDuc fires this forward. Ethan Potter is tripped by Killian McClendon. IHC penalty number 24, Killian McClendon, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 24, 2 minutes trip. Time of the Cavaliers minor penalty, 4:40 of the first period. It makes it an Ontario Bay power play. Stolen by Dominic Wisner. Able to get that shot off, goes wide. Aiden Tripper pushes this into the corner. And we're going to get a hold against Ontario Bay. Well, so much for the power play for Ontario Bay. That is ended. Ontario Bay penalty number 8, James Law, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 8, 2 minutes hold. Time of the minor penalty, 5:27 of the first period. Ramus gets taken out. Puck comes up for Esposito. Cooper dumps this puck all the way down. It chases it through the trapezoid. A little check from Cameron Dalin. Puck comes up to Carter Nethers. Nethers sends it back for Bergenstock. Dalin with the puck now. Gets it by Tanner Bergenstock. Cameron's going to try to outskate him. Goes wide right of Esposito into the slot. Can't pull the trigger. Couldn't get a shot off against Roaring Young. Taking that puck, Brady Van Brocklin fires it around. LeDuc holds it in. Nethers steals it. Tries to fire it by, but it's stopped by the side of Carter Nethers. And then it's going to get held onto by Roaring Young. 1 minute remaining in the holding penalty against James Law. 13 seconds in the tripping penalty against Killian McClendon. Faceoff goes to Dominic Wisner. Wisner tries lofting this up to Aiden Tripper, and it gets picked off. Maverick Lloyd dumps this puck in deep. Carter Donnelly with it. And there goes Killian McClendon. We're hustling across the ice so that his replacement can come on in time. Connor DeMott gets that puck towards the goal, turned away by Isaac Kuhn. Alec Nitrate feeds this up for Aiden Tripper. Tripper makes his move to the middle, get around Wheeler, takes that shot, save made. I think the blocker of Aiden Terry redirected that off of the post. I did hear post. I thought Aiden got his blocker on it, though. In the trapezoid is Alec Nitrate. Nitrate's got Carter Donnelly all over him. 10 seconds ago in the player advantage for IHC. Isaac Kuhn from the point, back over to Trimper. Trimper shot wide right off the backboard into the corner. Nitrate picks that puck up, and the teams return to full strength. James Law on the ice attacking Trimper. Trimper sends this puck into the corner for Kuhn, and he comes on by and takes that puck away himself. Centering pass, shot, save made, Aiden Terry. Trimper coming around into the slot, trying to get that shot off, blocked by Donnelly. Puck grabbed on the far side by Stephen Wheeler, and he fires that into his own bench. We'll have a face-off in the Ontario Bay end of the ice. 9:10 remaining in this opening period. We are scoreless here in Watertown. James Law taking a face-off against Dominic Wisner. Law pulls this to the middle, stepping up. Caleb Ramus feeds this over to Dan-Dalin. Dan-Dalin trying to go wide left. He's got Nethers on him. Takes that shot. Save. Roaring Young. Rebound. Stepping up. Sam Newton. Oh, it gets knocked by Sam. All the way back, though. Corbin Willis picks this puck up for Obey. Fires it over. Hits Dalin on the far boards. He gets wrapped up by Paxton Rose. Puck comes loose. Aiden Trimper with it. Here comes Trimp from the center line. Dumps this in. Goes all the way around behind the net. Far side. Willis trying to get it out, held in by Nethers. He sends this back behind the net, comes up on the near side now. That puck poked out by Law, dumped in by Will Frank. Corbin Willis tries passing us up. Alec Nitrate comes away with it. Nitrate drifts this puck back into the trapezoid, chases after it, passes it back to McClendon. Killian fires this back in deep. Through the trapezoid, Nathaniel Juarez battling for that puck, coming in and grabbing it. Maverick Lloyd comes back out to the point, though, for Will Frank. Frank able to get this back up to Lloyd. We got a delayed penalty against Ontario Bay. And that finally gets played by Obey, and we're going to get a cross-check penalty against the Storm. Ontario Bay Storm penalty number 17, Sam Newton. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Number 17, 2 minutes cross-check. Time of the minor penalty, 9:04 of the first period. Trimper shot blocked by Connor DeMott. Centering past Maverick Lloyd. He's not able to catch it. Able to feed that over. Now it comes back for Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn has that shot deflected, hits the netting. We'll have a face-off right here in the Ontario Bay zone. Just about 30 seconds in the penalty kill for Ontario Bay. 1:31 for the power play for IHC. Sometimes I forget which team I'm rooting for. Wisner and Law. Law pulls this over to LeDuc. Noah Thompson battling. This puck comes out into the neutral zone. Dalin trying to get it around Nethers, and he does. Oh, it's in the slot, though. Oh, the stick lifting by the Wiz, not enabling Cameron to get that shot off. Coming away with that puck, Aiden Trimper. Trimper over the blue line into the O zone, dumps that puck back behind the net. Far side shot, trying to bank it off the side of Aiden Terry. Aiden covers it up. I believe all of these, almost, I would say 80% of the players out there tonight have been teammates with each other for at least one game, if not an entire season, whether it be in youth hockey or summer hockey or even high school. Law and the Wiz. Wiz pulls this back to Nethers. Nethers fires it forward for Trimper, and it's knocked away by Dalin. Into the neutral zone it goes. Nethers over to Trimper now comes back. Carter Donnelly has it. He ices the puck. No, icing waved off. Interesting decision. Isaac Kuhn takes that puck back behind his net on the far side. Dalin trying to chase after him. Puck passed over to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin back to Trimper. Trimper loses Law, passes this puck over for Nate Juarez. Juarez trying to bring this over, and it gets rejected by Cameron Dalin. Aiden Trimper back to get it, sends this up to the blue line. Nate Juarez there. Juarez turns around, has Stephen Wheeler on him, sends this over to the Wiz, Shane Wisner. Dominic Wisner. I don't even think Shane's here tonight. In the corner, Wheeler gets checked by Nate Juarez, a little soft. And then out comes Sammy the Bull. There's a shot, save made, rebound, goal! Trimper! IHC goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper. Assisted by number 4, Nathaniel Juarez. 7 from 4, Trimper from Juarez. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 11:14 of the first period. Face-off won by IHC. Puck passed up to Cooper Esposito. Esposito feeds it over to Noah Thompson. Thompson into the offensive end, gets checked. Puck careens back into the trapezoid. Loose out in front, knocked away. Will is trying to get it out as he spins around. Puck comes up to the blue line, turned back. Dylan Van Brocklin coming over, chasing after, trying to drive this puck out, trying to be held in, and it is held in by Cooper Esposito in the center in the shot, and that goes wide of the net. At the point, now comes back loose and taken back out by Connor DeMott. 1-on-3. DeMott trying to race his way around Will Frank. Will Frank gets that puck first, rips it around, held in by Ethan Potter. Potter shot on net, wide right at the hash mark top of the circle. Connor LeDuc feeds us back towards the corner, stopped by Will Frank. Will Frank hits Aiden Trimper. Trimper in deep, puck taken away by Connor LeDuc. LeDuc into the slot position, almost lost that puck to Paxton Rose. LeDuc coming back. Wisner pulls that puck away. Dominic now coming back with this puck. Jackson Smith attacks him. Puck goes over the net into the corner. Back to pick it up. Sam Newton trying to swat it up for Jackson. Goes nowhere as he falls down. Dominic Wisner takes that puck behind. I thought he was going to go for the backhand wraparound. Very difficult to do. Paxton Rose fires this back to the hash mark, collected by James Law. Law skates this puck up. He's got Verkstis and Smith with him. Here's a shot off the blocker, Roaring Young, and a save. Noah Verkstis in the trapezoid. Snaps this puck back to Donnelly. Verkstis sends this into the trapezoid, goes off of Smith, and trickles its way up towards the blue line. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Sam Newton dumps it in, and that, well, they decided it's not icing. Aiden Shrimper from the hash mark gets this puck out and through, hustling after it. Corbin Willis directs that puck over to the corner. Nate Juarez gets position and cuts in front of him. Loose puck picked up by James Law. He's able to feed this out into the neutral zone. Isaac Kuhn bounce pass over for Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd dumps this puck in, far side. Sent up by Corbin Willis. Now grabbing that puck is Caleb Ramus. Feeds this across to Dalin. Dalin gets by Kuhn, but sweeping in is Aaron Hagelin to get that puck away from Cameron Dalin. Here's Maverick Lloyd. Sends this over. Dalin got a piece of it, but it goes to Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn into the offensive end is taken out. Lloyd takes that shot, goes up into the air, hits the netting, and we'll have a face-off in the Ontario Bay zone. Here's the face-off won by IHC, sent into the corner by Cooper Esposito. Moves up, Ethan Potter able to send that down. Who knows who it went off of, so I don't think there could be, and he's not going to make it anyway. Puck sent off the boards, grabbed by Potter, shot, kick save, Roaring Young. Puck drops down in the circle, picked up by Noah Thompson. He can't hold it though. Puck grab by Tanner Bergenstock, rips this all the way around. Connor DeMont fires it, goes wide of the net, picked up behind by Stephen Wheeler. Wheeler dumps this back to the trapezoid. Ethan Potter trying to feed it out in front, stopped by Tanner Bergenstock. He fires this around, held in by Connor LeDuc. Shot, save made, rebound, save made. This comes up. Esposito able to send this down. He's going to go off for his line change. Connor LeDuc picks his puck up, and he sends this all the way up. Stretch pass to Ethan Potter. Potter can't keep it, though. So Tanner Esposito, not even close. Dominic Wisner coming out with this puck. Passes it over for Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin hits the center line, fires this, gets deflected on net. Save made. Puck goes to the corner. Sam Newton trying to dig it out. Ethan Potter trying to force that puck out. Trimper there. Puck comes to the middle. Wisner with it. Shot from the center point. Kicked wide by Aiden Terry. James Law. It's the backside of Sam Newton, and this puck is iced. 126 remaining in this game. 1-0 IHC with the lead. Puck is wrapped up, comes back. Lloyd shoot wide right. Alec Nitre going in after it. Newton with the check allows James Law to pick that puck up. Law fires this up, grabbed by Dalin. Dalin cuts through the neutral zone, comes in, shot, wide left. Rebound off the backboard. Law trying to get to it. Tripper trying to pull this puck out. Sam Newton grabs this at center ice. 1 minute of play remaining in the first period. 1 minute remaining. Dalin centering pass. Law shot. Save. Roaring Young. Law sends that rebound back in. Caleb Ramus in the trapezoid. Law loses this at the hash mark. Alec Nitre fires this out off of Maverick Lloyd. Gloved down by Carter Donnelly. He feeds this up for Dalin. Comes back. Donnelly and Dalin working together. Maverick Lloyd, knocked out of the air by Carter Donnelly. He dumps this puck into the corner, comes around. Dalin going after it with Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn gets to it first, feeds this through the trapezoid. Far side, Law pinches off, and Jackson Smith with a check on Noah Thompson. Thompson gets up, grabs that puck, trying to feed this out, and it is sent back by Corbin Willis. Dump back in 5 seconds ago. Aiden Terry dishes this out, and that's where this period's going to end. And that concludes our first period of play here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the Cavaliers. Don't forget to pick up your 50-50 raffle tickets. I heard we almost had a $1,000 winner. We just didn't sell enough tickets. So make sure you get them now. All right. Yeah, Gwen, I think I do know these two teams rather well. One of the few teams, two teams that I would actually recognize them in the hallway, maybe. Some of them anyway. But all right, I'm going to go take a break and walk away from the microphone. Shout out to my sponsors, though. Um, right, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81. Top Notch Roofing, CNY.com, where affordability meets quality, servicing Oswego counties, all points east, west, and south. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in his glory, servicing Jefferson County in all points northwest and east. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York, and Divots Restaurant and Bar, located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. Don't forget about our benefit for Kevin Burns and the ongoing open donation effort for I just forgot his first name. Hold on a second. Hunter Stoffel, that's it. Hunter Stoffel. Hunter is an 8-year-old that plays on the Salmon River Storm 8U team in Pulaski. My understanding, they went to the doctor back in the fall, shortly after the hockey season started, because his arm was hurting. They did an X-ray and determined that it was just maybe a sore bone or muscle because of the beginning of the hockey season. Over Christmas break, a lump developed on his arm. They went and had it followed up, and on January 5th, he was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. Ewing sarcoma is it's a bone cancer. It's a very intricate bone cancer. He's undergoing 8 months of chemotherapy treatments and a potential partial amputee. They may have to replace a section of his upper arm with I don't know, something, whatever doctors do for this 8-year-old. So you can imagine the cost associated with that. I mean, medical bills, um, parking, food, you name it. So we're having a benefit. There's an ongoing benefit for Hunter. You could follow, you can look up Hunter Stoffel, Stoffel, on Facebook, and you'll be able to see everything. His grandmother is documenting that. And as that goes by, you can see there's a QR code as well. Kevin Burns, somebody else in the hockey community that we're trying to raise money for on Saturday, April 18th, um, for Kevin Burns. It's actually, I don't think it's 2 to 6. I think we changed it to 12 to 4. But either way, it's going to be at the VFW post. You need a ticket to get in. Tickets are $20, and that'll get you a raffle ticket for a door prize, as well as there'll be other events going on. Feel free to reach out to any of those people shown there on the screen for any questions, donations, or if you want to get an advance ticket. I will be there emceeing that event, so you know it's going to be a good, fun time at the VFW Post 9596 on East Taft Road in Syracuse. So that's it for now. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and I'll be back in about 9 minutes. Eric, good to see you. You only missed one period, buddy. Just one period. IHC leading 1-0 because of a goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper, 11 minutes and 14 seconds into the first period, just after a penalty expired. 10 seconds after Sam Newton got released from the penalty box from a cross-checking penalty. So here's the face-off. Dalin, Law, and Ramus. Law pulls his puck back. Donnelly sends this off the boards. Picked up by Dominic Wisner. Sorry. Puck sent all the way down. Connor LeDuc back to pick it up. Dalin grabs this puck in the neutral zone, gets around Nethers, but runs out of space. Nethers continuing his back checking, able to get that puck, sends it behind the net and around for Aiden Trimper. Trimper cutting up the ice into the offensive end. LeDuc on him. Trimper sends that puck into the trapezoid. Now rips it back and around. Here comes Dalin. Dalin gets by Nate Juarez and runs right into Maverick Lloyd and loses that puck. Isaac Kuhn comes up and he gets checked by James Law after he releases that puck. And Nathaniel Juarez with that down behind the net. Passes up to Lloyd. Maverick Lloyd shot off the leg of Dalin. Goes back behind the net. Picked up by Sam Newton. Now he loses it. Pass out in front. Lloyd passes out to Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn shot. Glove save. Aiden Terry. Yeah, actually, Gwen and Eric, you guys probably know both of these teams pretty well as well. Look, Nitrate in for the faceoff for IHC. Nitrate wins the draw against Stephen Wheeler, turns and fires that puck into the corner. Carter Donnelly sends it around for Corbin Willis. Willis up to Ethan Potter. Potter delays, then passes this forward for Connor DeMott. DeMott not able to catch that puck. Ripped around, though, by Aaron Haglin. Carter Donnelly grabs this at center ice, sends this back. Isaac Kuhn picks it off. Can't catch up to it, though, and Donnelly turns it back. Haglin grabs it for IHC. Cycles this back in his zone. Passes it up to Nathaniel Juarez. Juarez up to the blue line. Dumps this in, then gets checked by Connor DeMott. Puck picked up by Donnelly. Sends this around. Stephen Wheeler grabs it. Can't get it out past Haglin. Now out it comes. Noah Thompson shovels it back in, but it goes right to Connor DeMott. DeMott sneaks his way by Cooper Esposito. That puck goes in behind Ontario Bay, so they got to check up on sides. Connor DeMott doesn't care. He's still going to forecheck. If he touches that puck, it's an offsides. IHC brings it out. Dumped back in by Stephen Wheeler. And Aaron Haglin picks it up. From the trapezoid, Haglin looks, goes to his right, passes his puck up, goes off of Cooper Esposito. He couldn't catch it. Dylan Van Brocklin passes over to Conda LeDuc. LeDuc sends this forward. Haglin misses it, bounces its way all the way into the corner. Noah Virch is pinned up into the corner. And coming back, grabbing that puck, Cooper Esposito passes it up for Bergenstock. Bergenstock to Thompson. Thompson ends up having this puck off of LeDuc's stick into the corner. Jackson Smith grabs this puck and no icing. It's waved off as Killian McClendon chases after that. See that? I looked down to double check myself and I crossed my eyes. I know 24 is Killian McClendon. Paxton Rose oh, Aiden Trimper and Caleb Ramus. Neither one of them looking. They just ran right into each other. That puck gets dumped in, goes back behind the Obey net. Dominic Wisner on the far side got a piece of it. Obey trying to get it out. Kicked into the corner by Caleb O'Hagan. O'Hagan back behind his net. Rips this puck around. Ramus touches it and sets across. And I apologize. That was not O'Hagan. That was Noah Virch. Here's James Law. Forward shot. Save. Roaring Young. Caleb Ramus gets wrapped up by Will Frank. Law with the puck. Law trying to shake his way free. He's trying to get that puck to Dalin. Has to send it behind the net to get it to Cameron. Cameron drops this back for Donnelly. Tough pass. Donnelly able to recover. Puck goes to Law. Law shot. Blocker save. Roaring Young. Puck goes into the corner. Carter Donnelly uh, ripping at that puck. That puck came out. Paxton Rose sends this down. James Law is going to go pick it up. Law, long pass to Dalin. Dalin knocked down by Will Frank before the puck got to him. It was almost an interference. Nathaniel Juarez lifts this up into the air. Connor Leduc trying to play this back out. Maverick Lloyd couldn't take it. And Cameron Dallin gets this away. Oh, knocked up by Brady Van Brocklin. Drops down. Dallin, no. Nate Juarez. Juarez moves this ahead. Corbin Willis is going to chase after that puck. Willis has got Nathaniel Juarez on him. Juarez frees that puck. Maverick Lloyd with the shot save made. Aiden Terry. Here comes Corbin Willis. Willis on the near side. Dumps that puck in, played on by Roran Young, picked up by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin far side, gets that puck by Ethan Potter. Carter Nethers back to play that puck in the corner. Potter comes over to put the check on. Nethers grabs that puck before DeMott can't fire it past him though. Stephen Wheeler pushes that into the corner. Wheeler trying to center it. And Nethers sends this puck back against the backboards. Carter in the corner rips this puck around to the far side. Maverick Lloyd grabs this at the point position, passes it ahead for Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock crosses over in front of the puck, but Connor DeMott grabs it. Van Brocklin fires this up, and that's going to be an offsides or an interference. I think we're going to go with offsides because it appeared that Bergenstock was trying to make a play on that puck in the offensive zone, even though his existence there was as a result of an offsides. So offsides is the call. Bergenstock staying on the ice, squaring off against Noah Thompson. Noah Hotelling. All right, now it's starting to get confused. Porter Donnelly through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Shot, save, Roran Young. Donnelly almost dotted the I in the IHC on Roran Young's chest. 11:02 remaining in the second period. Ontario Bay appears to be outshooting IHC right now. Faceoff goes back into the corner. Hagelin takes it to the trapezoid. Hagelin passes this puck up to nobody. Grabbed by Sam Newton. He fires this in deep. Roran sends this into the corner for Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn loses this, but Carter Nethers grabs it, sends this up into the neutral zone, picked up by James Law. Law, Ramus, and Dalin now. And Law not able to play that puck. He's taken out by Kuhn. Kuhn waits for his stick because James is laying on it. Leduc not able to hold that puck in. Chasing after it, Sam Newton. Newton goes into his trapezoid, drops that puck off because he saw Nethers was coming up in front of him. Nethers almost grabbed that puck, though. Leduc picks it up, passes it. One touch out by Ramus is picked off by Aiden Tripper, but he loses this. Ramus tries to feed this to Dalin, went on the wrong side of him, and oh no, icing waved off. Puck sent around. Tripper picks it up at the hash mark. Tripper loses it at the hash mark. Wheeler's shot goes nowhere. Isaac Kuhn takes this puck back. Kuhn sends this off the boards to get around Donnelly. Hustling back after that puck is Corbin Willis, fires this around. Alec Nitre absorbs a hit from Stephen Wheeler, and Corbin Willis takes this puck away in from the trapezoid. Able to get that out into the neutral zone. Will Frank picks it up for IHC, turns it back. Caleb Ramus has this in the neutral zone. He goes back into the O zone, loses that puck, lifted into the neutral zone by Nate Juarez, gloved down by Alec Nitre. Nitre backhands this up to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd puts it on net, and Aiden Terry pushes this over to the side. Wheeler fires this across for Potter. Potter plays this off the boards, tried feeding it forward for DeMott, but it got blocked by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin in the corner. Alec Nitre pulls that puck out, gets it to Lloyd. Maverick Lloyd set that puck up on a tee before he sent that up the ice, and that, icing waved off again. And again, I don't understand why. Puck stuck in the trapezoid. Potter sends this out in front. DeMott bouncing puck, couldn't get it. Potter over to Wheeler. Wheeler loses this. Comes into the corner. Will Frank going after it. Will Frank trying to send this up. Turned back by DeMott. Will Frank picks this up. Delayed penalty against Ontario Bay. They just got to get possession of that puck. So far, they don't have it. Here comes Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock into the offensive zone. Noah Thompson in the corner. That puck got touched twice now by Ontario Bay. Dropped back by Maverick Lloyd. And Stephen Wheeler grabs it. And we're going to have a hooking penalty against Ontario Bay. And it's against Stephen Wheeler. We are just past the halfway mark here of the game. Ontario Bay Storm penalty number 2, Stephen Wheeler, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 2, 2 minutes, hook. Time of the minor penalty, 8:44 of the second period, and it's a Cavalier power play. Let's press the button. Comes out and is fed across. Nethers brings this over the blue line, stops way high of the circle, drops it back to Trimper. Trimper weaving his way through, has his pocket picked by Van Brocklin, but recovers. Trimper to Nethers, back to Trimper. Trimper up to the top of the circle, tried centering it. Law blocked it. Trimper able to maintain possession of the puck. Gives it to Nethers, over to Kuhn. Isaac moves in, now feeds this back to Nethers at the center point, who gives this back over to Trimper. Trimper in deep, back to Kuhn. Crisscrossing the zone, takes that shot off the side of the net. Dalin fans on it. Looked like he used a feather to try to clear that puck. Van Brocklin over to try to get that puck away from Will Frank. Trimper, backhand shot, save made. This puck comes around, held in by Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn sends this in deep for Wisner. Dom frees some space, passes it back to Kuhn at the point. Kuhn to the center point. Winds up, passes it back to Wiz. Wiz couldn't catch it cleanly. Able to stab at it to get it away from Donnelly before Donnelly clears that puck. And now with it, Maverick Lloyd back to Dominic Wisner. The Wiz from the trapezoid. Dancing around that puck, trying to make some movement. Isaac Kuhn grabs that puck at the hash mark, loses it 15 seconds to go. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Trimper has it. Trimper and Nethers in. Shot, save made. The teams return to even strength. This puck gets sent all the way down to length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing. We'll bring the faceoff back down by Aiden Terry. 6:08 remaining in the second period. 1-0. IHC with the lead. Alec Nitrate taking a face-off for IHC against Stephen Wheeler for Obey. Nitrate wins that draw. Puck goes into the corner. Paxton Rose with it. Puck leaks out. Poked at by Sam Newton. Now, DeMott feeds this to Potter. Potter fires this on net. Save made. Roarin Young. That's the key. Keep shooting on Roarin. He will get tired. Sam Newton races after that puck in his zone, turns, fires it up into the neutral zone, caught by Alec Nitrate. He couldn't get it in, though. DeMott didn't realize he was carrying it on his knee like a banjo. That puck dumped in by Brady Van Brocklin. Connor LeDuc picks this up in the corner. LeDuc skating out with this puck, looking for a lane. Feeds this ahead and pretty much passed it to Will Frank. Frank sends it around. Potter swings and misses. Maverick Lloyd pushes this out to Juarez. Near comes Nathaniel. One-on-one. Gets around Wheeler shot, save made, rebound is loose, goes back on the side of the net, going over to get it. Nate Juarez. Juarez all tied up with Sam Newton coming in. Tanner Bergenstock fires this into the middle, bounces up. Terry almost had it, lost it. Potter able to get that out, sends this down. It went through the crowd. That's going to be on net, so no icing. Roaring Young dishes it over for Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin rips this around. Nate Juarez, soft check by Wheeler, still has the puck, carries it into the offensive zone. Connor DeMott takes it away as Connor Leduc checks Nate Juarez. Potter feeds this ahead for Wheeler, went off of Wheeler's back skate, though. Brady Van Brocklin picks his puck up, passes it over for Juarez at the point, or at the blue line. And this goes all the way down, no icing waved off, plenty of time. Donnelly feeds this up for Smith. Jackson couldn't catch it, picked up Aaron Hagelin, fires this back in. Corbin Willis with this puck turns it back for Carter Donnelly. Donnelly feeds it off the boards for Verkstis, Verkstis to Smith. Jackson shot, kick, save. Roaring Young. Noah Verkstis in the corner, almost tripped over the puck. Carter Nethers pulled it away, feeds this up to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd into the neutral zone, sends this across to open ice. And Corbin Willis there fires that puck down. Aaron Hagelin chases after it, skates through the trapezoid into the far corner, now dishes a puck back for Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn rips this around near side for the Wiz. Wisner pulls this towards the middle, still has it, trying to cycle it back, bumps into Aiden. I almost said Aiden Terry. Aiden Trimper. That gets kicked in. Ramus has to wait for Obey to come out. As they do, Isaac Kuhn receives that puck, moves it ahead, and Corbin Willis fires out forward. Aaron Hagelin rips this around far side. Dalin and Trimper going at it. Now Nethers, now the puck comes back and it's passed to Hagelin. Hagelin fires this over to Trimper. Trimper has got Law on him. Little stick lifts. Dalin gets that puck, flicks it ahead. He's going to try to get it. Oh, he couldn't. He knows he's faster than Nethers, but in his way, Aaron Hagelin. Law trying to fight his way through. Coming out, Isaac Kuhn trying to put the move on Dalin, fires that puck forward. Alec Nitre catches it and turns, takes this into the corner, now back behind the net. Looks up, passes it up to the point, fired back into the corner for Nitre. Alec with it, back to the corner. Paxton Rose feeds this out to the point for Van Brocklin. He fans on it. Law fans on it. Van Brocklin rips this around. Dallin's going to come over, almost a suicide pass, able to get that out past Isaac Kuhn. No icing because I think it touched a piece of Cooney. Hard pass to Nitre. Nitre pulls this through the neutral zone. He's going to go after it. Kicks it ahead. Puck comes up. Stephen Wheeler near side. Sends this out into the neutral zone. Turned back in by Will Frank. IHC needs to check up. As they do, Van Brocklin ices the puck. He missed Stephen Wheeler. .208 remaining in the second period. Score still 1-0. The key to knowing where the face-off is following the referee that's holding the puck. Nethers in for the face-off against Wheeler. Carter pulls this puck back to Trimper. Trimper turns and fires it, and I made Wheeler fall down, and that's a goal! IHC goal scored by number 16, Dominic the Wiz Wisner. Assisted by number 7, Aiden Trimper. From 22, Carter Nethers. 16 from 7 from 22, Wisner from Trimper from Nethers. Time of the Cavaliers' goal, 14:57 of the second period. Van Brocklin from the point fires that forward, picked off by Wheeler. Wheeler trying to go along the boards. Made an easy play for Van Brocklin to rip that puck back in deep. Donnelly sends this out to Wheeler. Wheeler trying to touch it by Van Brocklin. Gets it by And oh, DeMott not able to pull the trigger. Nice stick lifting. Back checking by Tanner Bergenstock. Wheeler trying to check Roaring Young. 1 minute of play remaining in the second period. Final minute of play. Tremper around to the corner. Shot and a save. Aiden Terry. Aiden to Aiden. Dominic Wisner facing off against James Law. Wiz wins the draw. Lloyd with the shot gets tipped and snagged out of the air by Aiden, the Eagle Terry. Yeah, it's supposed to hit like in the mid-20s in a couple of days. But first, we're going back to single negative digits here for tonight and tomorrow night. Maverick Lloyd sends that into the corner. We don't have any animals freezing and falling on us, though. Caleb Ramus passes this across to Dallin on the far side. Dallin goes in, stops short. Isaac Kuhn stops with him. Wisner fires that puck all the way around. Maverick Lloyd waiting for it. Touches it out for Alec Nitre. Nitre's just got Willis to get by. And Corbin checks Nitre up against the boards. Frees that puck. Nitre follows in. Gets that puck. Sends it in the air. Aiden Terry with the catch and a save for a face-off. Minus 15 in Placid. Yeah, that's awesome for that ice castle, though. Which is, right near there. Trimper with this puck, center point, winds up shot, save! Terry. Oh, we're waiting for Cameron to finish dressing himself. Looks like his neck guard fell off before the face-off. Nethers and Law in for the draw. And that is pulled back by Law, and Leduc's just going to pin that up as the period expires. And that concludes our second period of play here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. At the end of 2 periods, it's IHC 2, Ontario Bay 0. Coming up next is the 50-50 raffle winner. See if you can't get an armful of tickets quickly before the winning ticket is drawn. All right, I will yeah, no, I think I'm going to go for a walk. Going to go see if I can't find my wife and say hello. I remember what she looks like. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for supporting me and my sponsors. We'll be back. Third and final period coming up here. So if IHC holds on and wins, yep, they hold on and win, they will host the first round of sectionals against CNY Fusion in the middle of next week. While Ontario Bay will play either Cazenovia, Beeville, or Cicero North Syracuse, depending on how their games turn out today and tomorrow. Check out Home Teams online if you want to see the standings up to the minute, or up to the day anyway. All right, hockey fans, let's put your hands together. For some of us, this is our final period of regular season as a high school hockey parent. Aww. So let's be excited. Come on, let's play some hockey. So first period shots on goal, IHC with 7, Ontario Bay with 6. Second period shots on goal, IHC with 7, Ontario Bay with 6. Game so far, that's 14 shots to 12 in favor of IHC. Those 2 extra shots hit the back of the net, and IHC leads 2-0. James Law lining up for the faceoff against Carter Nethers. Nethers would love a right winger. And here he comes in the form of the Wiz. And they're going to toss him and make the Wiz take the center. Take the face-off, I mean. And the Wiz wins the draw, but the puck makes its way over to Ramus. Caleb Ramus trying to penetrate in. Not able to. Law gets that puck, pulls it back, and he dumps it in on net. Shot and a save, Roaring Young. Connor LeDuc grabs that puck. A little soft pass forward to Ramus. Ramus trying to come around with it. Cycling in the offensive zone. Center point. Has that puck taken away by Nethers. Nethers moves this up. Paxton Rose was going to help him out. Nethers to Wisner. Wisner in on the left side. Shot, save made. Aiden Terry. Rebound grabbed by James Law. The one-timer from Brady Van Brocklin goes off the corner and all the way back. Isaac Kuhn cycles it back to his end of the ice. Dalin keeping him honest and pushing him back. Forces the pass over to Van Brocklin. Dalin almost able to pick that off. Van Brocklin, Dylan Van Brocklin. No relation, actually. Ramus pushes this puck ahead. Isaac Kuhn in the corner with the puck. Oh, Stephen Wheeler misses it, but Ramus with the trip swept the legs out from Isaac Kuhn. Right, was that? Oh, was it Wheeler? I thought it was. Oh no, it was Caleb Ramus. I'm sorry. Ontario Bay Storm penalty number 21. Caleb Ramus, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 21, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 1:08 of the third period, and it's a Cavalier power play. And this back pass is missed by Nethers at the point. He's going to have to chase it all the way down. And I'm sure his dad is displeased with that. We'll see. Oh, especially after that missed pass. Nethers recovers, dips it back to Trimper. Aiden Trimper comes around, avoids James Law, passes it up, hits off the skate of Dominic Wisner right back to the Trimp. Trimp at the hash mark, stop short, trying to shake off Cameron Dallin, able to pass this puck over to Isaac Kuhn. Kuhn from the center point, bank passes back to the trapezoid. Wisner trying to stuff that in. Aiden Terry holding it for the save. 101 remaining in the power play for IHC. 14:53 remaining in this game. Face-off won by the Wiz. Back to Kuhn. Kuhn over to Nethers to Trimper. Trimper draws this back at the center point. Playing with the little shake off Stephen Wheeler. Feeds this back to a wide open Nethers shot. And he misses the net. And this is going to come all the way back. Hard shots make hard rebounds. And ice is slippery. Isaac Kuhn picks that puck up. Short pass to Trimper. Trimper threads the needle to Wisner. He drops that back to Kuhn. Kuhn stops at the hash mark. And IHC is going to get set up. They do a 2-3. Feeds this into Lloyd and a pass across. And who is that? That Tripper couldn't pull a shot off. Had a wide open net. Must have been leaning the wrong way. Wisner in the corner. 12 seconds to go in the power play. Kuhn to Nethers. Nethers into the slot. And save made. Aiden Terry picks that puck right up. 5 seconds remaining in the power play for IHC. So, Gwen, hope you're going to be watching Nationals in Jacksonville. You said you're going to go, right? Drive there? We'll have to get together. I hopefully will be doing some play-by-play for the OVB, Owen Van Brocklin. Willis sends this puck over to the corner. Oh, I'm sorry. The teams have returned to even strength. This puck comes out into the neutral zone. Nathaniel Juarez sends this all the way back. Dallin feeds this out into the slot. Nobody there. Paxton Rose picks this up for IHC. Leads Alec Nitrate too far. Condor LeDuc bank pass up for Ramus. Comes back to Law and Ramus. Ramus holds it while Law checks up onside. Now he brings this in. Feeds this into the corner for James to go to work. James in with Brady Van Brocklin. That's a lot of work. Puck taken away by Tanner Bergenstock. He gets checked. Paxton Rose feeds it back to Bergenstock. Bergenstock dumps this puck in. LeDuc's going to pick it up on the near side and skate this out into the neutral zone. Missed check by Cooper Esposito. Puck grabbed by Cooper, and he dumps it back into the Obey end of the ice. Corbin Willis sends us to the corner. Returned back by LeDuc. And pulled out by Bergenstock, knocked away by Corbin Willis, sent up to the blue line now at the hash mark. Fired shot, save made. Loose puck, and that gets cleared by James Law, and he's going to ice that. Otherwise, it would have been a goal. Aiden Terry tried punching down with his blocker hand to pin that puck, but it snuck out. Law grabbed it and just cleared the ice. 12 and a half minutes remaining in this game. IHC, if they win it, they will guarantee that they will host the first game of sectionals against the CNY Fusion. If they lose somehow to Ontario Bay, then as long as the CNY Fusion doesn't win, then they'll still host. But if you can control your destiny, you certainly want to. You don't want to leave it up to somebody else. You have the power. Stephen Wheeler picks that up off the far boards, brings us into the offensive end, and falls down. And we got an elbow. That's why he fell down. IHC penalty number 3. Paxton Rose, 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 3, 2 minutes, elbow. Time of the minor penalty, 5:03 of the third period. And it's an Ontario Bay power play. There's a shot off the glass. Trimper picks up that loose puck, and he sends that all the way down the length of the ice. Ethan Potter carrying it out for Ontario Bay. Short pass up for Donnelly. Donnelly misses it. Puck comes into the middle, and Trimper dumps it back down again. Law back to the trapezoid to pick this puck up. Law feeds this ahead for Donnelly. Donnelly carries this through the neutral zone into the O zone. Nethers comes over to put a check on. Puck is coasted its way to Isaac Kuhn, and he's able to clear it. And this is a breakaway for Aiden Trimper. Dalin coming in for the stick left shot and a goal. IHC shorthanded goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper. Assisted by number 14, Isaac Kuhn. 7 from 14. Time of the Cavaliers shorthanded goal, 6:13 of the third period. There's 30 seconds left in the penalty kill for IHC, and they are on the offensive again. And Gwen, so it's not, I don't know about any tournaments, but for high school hockey, the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, both of these teams are a part of Section 3. They're in Division 1 of Section 3. IHC is currently in 8th place. Ontario Bay is in 11th place. All of the teams make sectionals. First round of sectionals, Ontario Bay's opponent is yet to be determined who's going to be in 6th place, as there is a three-way tie for 4th place. So that's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Got to see how that shakes out to see who Ontario Bay plays. However, IHC, being in 8th place, will be playing the 9th place team. So 8 plays 9, 7 plays 10, 6 plays 11. Teams 1 through 5 get the first week off, and then the first round off. Second round, it's 4 versus 5, and then 1, 2, and 3 versus the winners of those other 3 games. There's a shot taken sails high by Nate Juarez. So next week, like Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, IHC will be playing against the CNY Fusion, and it should be here. As long as it's not the same day that Ontario Bay is playing their sectional game, I'll be here. But if Obey is playing the same day, I got to go follow my son and keep track of his points in sectional play. But as long as IHC beats the CNY Fusion, well, then perhaps I can follow them to the second round. We'll have to see. A puck up, touched ahead by Cameron Dalin to avoid the icing. Dalin into the corner, checked up against the boards by Killian McClendon. Loose puck in the trapezoid, grabbed by Will Frank, sent around on the side. Maverick Lloyd able to fire that up into the offensive zone. Carter Donnelly sends that back. Stopped by Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd fires this into the far corner a little too hard. Abe Pasella picks this puck out. No, Andrew Gardner, 28. Excuse me. Dalin over to Law. Law into the ozone. Shot to the goal. James Law. What's up? 8 from 21. I thought that was from Cameron. I guess not. Ontario Bay's goal scored by number 8, James Law. Assisted by number 21, Caleb Ramis. 8 from 21. Time of the Ontario Bay Storm goal, 9:03 of the third period. Nethers dumps that puck in, goes around behind the net, far side. Corbin Willis picks that puck up at the red line, fires this over, missed. Picking it up is Ethan Potter. He passes over to Connor DeMott. DeMott trying to get around Noah Thompson. Thompson steals that puck, feeds us into the neutral zone, and Carter Nethers dumps that all the way down. Connor LeDuc back to play on it. Aiden Trimper in there to give him a problem. Trimper kicks that puck into the trapezoid. Tanner Birkenstock back there to pick it up. Willis on him. Birkenstock back to McClendon, who fires that puck wide right. Ethan Potter collects it, rips this puck, misses DeMott. No icing because these refs want to go home. Well, looks like Rory Young caught a Stephen Wheeler in the net, or Stevens doing his best impersonation of Flipper. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. My finger, when I hit the goal horn, I accidentally muted myself. So that was Tripper in with that shot. Cameron back checking, ended up in the net. James Law pops that puck forward. Back to collect it, Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin goes back behind his net, snaps his puck back for Paxton Rose, who waits for it. Dangerous. Carter Donnelly moves that puck forward. Doesn't get too far. Now it comes back to Donnelly. Shot goes wide left off the corner. Connor LeDuc stepping up at the hash mark, fires that puck back into the trapezoid. Van Brocklin rips it around for Paxton Rose, who again waits for it, gets checked by Law, and another shot by LeDuc. And that one deflected away into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. Eric, that production staff. I agree. Work in progress. I'm probably 2 years out, though. But we'll see. Timeout, Ontario Bay. One could only think about what they're concocting over there. So it looks like Coach K is leading the discussion on the Ontario Bay bench, while Chris Nethers is leading the talk for IHC. All right, we got an update from the statisticians. Ontario Bay's first goal was assisted by Cameron Dalin, which is what I thought, not Caleb Ramus. I don't think Caleb was even on the ice. So that first goal was James Law from Dalin. Dalin takes that shot. It gets deflected immediately. Corbin Willis trying to hold that in, goes off of Law. Now it sneaks its way into the neutral zone. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Ramus misses it. Law shovels it back up to Caleb. Caleb into the offensive zone. He's got a couple of Cavaliers on him. Dalin comes at the blue line, grabs that puck, immediately attacked by Cooper Esposito. Puck goes over to Corbin Willis. It's a K. And this puck comes out, and it is ice. So extra attacker on the ice for Ontario Bay as Aiden Terry has moved to the bench. Coach Olson trying to tie this one up. Here's the face-off. Dalin pulls it off the draw, winds up, shot a goal! Cameron Dalin with the game-tying goal! And that's 3 unanswered goals for Ontario Bay. And Aiden Terry's back in the net. Oh, we're going to toss Law, and Ramus is going to take the face-off. Ontario Bay Storm goal scored by number 15, Cameron Dalin. Unassisted, number 15, unassisted. Time of the Ontario Bay Storm goal, 15:37 of the third period. 1 minute of play remaining in regulation. Final minute of play. Maverick Lloyd with this puck sends this ahead. Save made, Aiden Terry, and he's going to hold on to that one for the faceoff. So that's 3 points for Cameron Dalin this game. Now that we chiseled it, Mr. Eric. 49 seconds remaining in regulation. There's the face-off. Snapped up, Van Brocklin gets us out into the neutral zone. Corralled by Will Frank. He tries dumping it in. Caught by Donnelly, though. Donnelly sends that up to nobody. Cooper Esposito sends that back into the corner. Esposito, shot, save made. Rebound grabbed by Van Brocklin. Snaps this over to Noah Hotaling. Hotaling couldn't get it out. Dumped back in by Will Frank. Collected, though, by Connor DeMott. DeMott tries sending this over to Stephen Wheeler. Getting a piece of it. Tanner Bergenstock. And puck held in at the point by Nate Juarez. And Noah Hotaling found a slippery spot. There's a shot to goal! Cooper Esposito! That was exciting. IHC goal scored by number 13, Cooper Esposito. Assisted by number 4, Nathaniel Juarez. From number 11, Tanner Bergenstock. 13 from 4 from 11, Esposito from Juarez from Bergenstock. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 16:50 of the third period. And that's Cooper Esposito with the game-winning goal, firmly securing 8th place for the IHC Cavaliers. IHC will be hosting the first game of sectional play against the CNY Fusion right here at the Watertown Municipal Arena next week. We'll have to find out what happens, who Ontario Bay is going to face next week somewhere. It could be Cazenovia, Baldwinsville, or in Cicero against Cicero North Syracuse. This game ends in a 4-3 victory for the IHC Cavaliers. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out here this evening. Please make sure you check your immediate area for all of your personal belongings, including cell phones, chargers, trash, and small children. Please take them home with you. We don't want them here. For the last regular season game that I will broadcast as a high school hockey parent, high school hockey player parent, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day, make it a great day. Yeah, extra hockey. OT's always fun, Eric, but this one ends appropriately. I think it puts IHC in the best position possible. Host one more game here. Great for the seniors. Hopefully they can win that one, and then they'll be on the road for the remainder of sectional play. Ontario Bay, depending on how their lines are set up, they could come away with a victory as well. We never know. Never do know. So that'll do it here from Watertown, New York, the Watertown Municipal Arena. Another excellent season of hockey for New York State Section 3. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for your support. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day.